Wild cattle have long been symbols of strength, resilience, and untamed freedom. From the icy peaks of the Himalayas to the dense forests of Africa and the vast plains of North America, these magnificent creatures dominate their habitats, playing a crucial role in their ecosystems. Some species have been domesticated over thousands of years, while others remain elusive, thriving in the wilderness beyond human reach. Understanding wild cattle is not just about appreciating their beauty and power. It is also about recognizing their role in biodiversity and the urgent need for conservation efforts. Let's embark on a journey to explore the 18 most extraordinary wild cattle species that roam the earth. 1. Wild yak Bos mutus, the lord of the Tibetan Plateau. Inhabiting the harsh, high-altitude regions of Tibet, the wild yak is the ultimate symbol of strength and endurance. With a thick, shaggy coat covering its massive frame, it withstands the bone-chilling cold of elevations exceeding 4,000 meters. Unlike its domesticated relatives, the wild yak remains untamed, preserving the raw power and resilience of its ancestors. Its body is perfectly adapted to extreme conditions, boasting an immense lung capacity and an efficient circulatory system that maximizes oxygen absorption in thin air. Males can weigh up to 1,000 kilograms, their curved horns standing as formidable weapons in battles for dominance and protection of their herds. Due to hunting and habitat loss, wild yaks have become increasingly rare, making them a treasured icon of Tibet's rugged wilderness. 2. Bos goris, the giant of the rainforest known as the Indian bison. The gaur is the largest and most imposing wild cattle species on Earth, towering over 2.2 meters at the shoulder and weighing more than 1,500 kilograms. This massive beast reigns supreme in the dense forests of India and Southeast Asia. Its muscular frame, deep chest, and thick, curved horns make it an awe-inspiring sight, exuding raw power and dominance. Despite its intimidating size, the gaur is surprisingly agile, capable of navigating rugged terrain and thick vegetation with ease. Its primary defense against predators lies in its sheer bulk and formidable strength. Few animals dare challenge a full-grown gaur. Even apex predators like tigers think twice before attempting to bring one down. However, while natural predators pose little threat, the real danger comes from habitat destruction. Deforestation and human encroachment have led to a decline in gaur populations, pushing them towards vulnerable status. Yet, in the depths of untamed jungles, this mighty beast still roams, a living testament to the wild power of nature. 3. Banteng Bos javanicus, the treasure of Southeast Asia. The banteng, with its sleek reddish-brown coat and distinctive white markings, is one of Southeast Asia's most stunning wild cattle species, found in the dense tropical forests of Indonesia, Thailand, and Myanmar. This elusive bovine is not only a symbol of natural beauty, but also a crucial link to domesticated Bali cattle, its direct descendants. Despite their graceful appearance, bantengs are powerful and resilient, capable of thriving in rugged, forested terrain. Males are larger and darker in color, with a deep chocolate brown or black coat, while females retain their rich reddish hue. Both sexes possess elegant, curved horns that add to their striking presence in the wild. Unfortunately, banteng populations have plummeted due to poaching, habitat destruction, and competition with livestock. Once roaming freely across Southeast Asia, they are now critically endangered, with only a few strongholds remaining. Conservation efforts are vital to ensuring the survival of this majestic species, preserving its legacy as a true treasure of the region's biodiversity. For European bison bonasus, a legend reborn once on the brink of extinction, the European bison has risen from the ashes of history through determined conservation efforts. Hunted relentlessly and losing vast portions of its natural habitat, this majestic giant disappeared from the wild in the early 20th century. However, thanks to dedicated breeding programs and reintroduction initiatives, it now roams once more in the ancient forests of Poland, Belarus, and beyond. Standing up to 1.9 meters tall and weighing nearly 1,000 kilograms. The European bison holds the title of Europe's largest land mammal. Its powerful, muscular frame, thick shaggy coat, and imposing curved horns make it a true icon of strength and resilience. Unlike its American cousin, this species is more adapted to woodland environments, using its sheer size to push through dense forests in search of food. Despite its comeback, the European bison remains vulnerable. Habitat fragmentation and genetic bottlenecks pose ongoing challenges, making continued conservation essential. Yet, its survival stands as one of the greatest successes in wildlife preservation, a living reminder that with effort and dedication, even legends can be reborn. 5. American bison. Bison, the icon of the plains. Once the undisputed ruler of North America's Great Plains, the American bison roamed in massive herds, numbering in the tens of millions. These towering beasts shaped the ecosystem, their migrations carving paths across the landscape. However, the 19th century brought devastation. Overhunting and habitat destruction pushed the species to the brink of extinction, reducing their population to fewer than 1,000 individuals. Standing up to 1.8 meters tall at the shoulder and weighing over 900 kilograms, the American bison is a true symbol of strength and endurance. Its thick, woolly coat allows it to withstand harsh winters, while its muscular build and curved horns make it a formidable presence. Unlike its European cousin, this bison thrives in open grasslands, grazing endlessly across vast plains. Today, thanks to dedicated conservation efforts, the American bison has made a remarkable comeback. Protected in national parks like Yellowstone, it stands as a living testament to resilience and the power of preservation. Though still recovering from past devastation, the bison remains an enduring icon of North America's untamed wilderness. 6. Wild water buffalo. Bubulus orni, the giant of the swamps. Towering over the wetlands and floodplains of India and Southeast Asia, the wild water buffalo is a true giant of its habitat, weighing up to 1,200 kilograms and standing over 1.8 meters tall at the shoulder. This semi-aquatic powerhouse is built for survival in marshy environments. Its dark, rugged coat and immense frame exude strength, but its most striking feature is its colossal horns curving outward and stretching up to 2 meters from tip to tip, making them among the longest of any wild cattle species. Despite its intimidating presence, the wild water buffalo is under constant threat. Habitat destruction due to agriculture and human expansion has significantly reduced its range. Additionally, hybridization with domestic buffalo has diluted purebred populations, further endangering this magnificent species. Once widely distributed, only a few thousand pure wild individuals remain, primarily in isolated regions of India, Nepal, and parts of Southeast Asia. Efforts to conserve the wild water buffalo are crucial to preventing its complete disappearance. As one of the most powerful yet vulnerable creatures of the wetlands, its survival is a testament to the delicate balance between nature and human influence. 7. Salus suderixingedenensis, the mysterious Asian unicorn shrouded in mystery and rarely glimpsed by human eyes. The saola is one of the most enigmatic creatures on Earth. Dubbed the Asian unicorn, this elusive species was only discovered in 1992, making it one of the most significant zoological finds of the 20th century. Found exclusively in the dense, misty forests along the remote Vietnam-Laos border, the saola remains an almost mythical presence in the wild, with fewer sightings than even tigers or snow leopards. With its slender frame, striking white facial markings, and long, gracefully curved horns, the saola possesses an otherworldly elegance. Unlike large bovines, it is remarkably secretive, navigating through the thick undergrowth with silent precision. Scientists know little about its behavior, diet, or population size, as the species has never been observed for extended periods in the wild. Despite its legendary status, the saola faces an uncertain future. Habitat destruction and illegal hunting have placed it on the brink of extinction, though conservationists are racing against time to protect its dwindling numbers. If saved, the saola will remain a symbol of the untamed beauty and secrets hidden deep within Southeast Asia's last great wildernesses. 8. Kupri Basa Veli, the ghost of Southeast Asian forests. A creature of legend, the Kupri once roamed the dense forests of Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. Yet today, it may exist only in memory. Known as the ghost of the Southeast Asian forests, this elusive wild ox was last reliably sighted in the 1980s, and many fear it has already vanished forever. With its tall, muscular frame, distinctive hump, and long, curving horns that fray at the tips with age, the Kupri was a striking symbol of Southeast Asia's untamed wilderness. Unlike other wild cattle, the Kupri was highly nomadic, often traveling great distances in search of grazing land and water. It was also known for its keen alertness and ability to evade human contact, contributing to its near-mythical status among researchers. Unfortunately, habitat destruction, overhunting, and competition with domestic livestock have likely driven it to the edge of extinction. Despite extensive searches, no confirmed Kupri sightings have been recorded in decades. However, hope lingers. Some believe that a small, hidden population may still survive in the most remote forests of Indochina. If rediscovered, the Kupri would not only be one of the rarest mammals on Earth but also a testament to the resilience of nature in the face of overwhelming odds. African buffaloes, the warriors of the wild Africa, is home to some of the world's most formidable wild cattle, known for their strength, aggression, and ability to resist predators. 9. Cape buffalo Rarest kaffir. The Black Death. Few animals in Africa command as much fear and respect as the Cape buffalo. Nicknamed the Black Death, this formidable beast has earned its reputation as one of the most dangerous animals on the continent, weighing over 1,000 kilograms, with a muscular build and an impenetrable skull reinforced by a thick, helmet-like boss of fused horn. The Cape buffalo is a living battering ram. What makes this animal truly fearsome is its unpredictable aggression. Unlike other large herbivores, which prefer to flee from threats, the Cape buffalo is known to stand its ground and charge when provoked. Even lions, Africa's top predators, think twice before taking on a fully grown bull. Those that do often face the wrath of an entire herd, as these buffalo are highly social and will rally together to protect their own. Feared by hunters and responsible for more fatalities than almost any other large African mammal, the Cape buffalo is not an animal to be underestimated. Yet, despite its fearsome nature, it plays a crucial role in maintaining the balance of the savanna ecosystem. Strong, resilient, and nearly unstoppable, this is Africa's undisputed tank of the wild. Forest buffalo Rarest kaffir, the silent killer. Deep within the dense, shadowy jungles of Central Africa, the forest buffalo moves like a ghost. Though smaller than its more infamous cousin, the Cape buffalo, this subspecies is no less formidable. Weighing up to 320 kilograms, it is built for life in the thick undergrowth, where its reddish-brown coat provides perfect camouflage. Unlike the open plains Cape buffalo, the forest buffalo relies on stealth and agility, making it one of the most elusive wild cattle species in Africa. Despite its smaller size, this buffalo is far from defenseless. Its unpredictable nature, sharp horns, and strong herd instincts make it a dangerous adversary. Many predators, including leopards and lions, hesitate before attacking a healthy adult. Even experienced hunters know that an injured forest buffalo can ambush its pursuer, earning it the ominous reputation of the silent killer. Living in tight-knit herds, these buffaloes roam the humid rainforests, foraging for grass and fruits while navigating treacherous terrain. Yet, like many jungle species, they face increasing threats from habitat destruction and poaching. Though seldom seen, their presence is a crucial part of Africa's fragile rainforest ecosystem, making conservation efforts vital to their survival. 11. West African buffalo Sincerus Kaffir brachioceros. The survivor. The West African buffalo is a true survivor, uniquely adapted to the semi-arid savannas and woodlands of West Africa. Smaller and leaner than its cousins, this subspecies is no less formidable. Weighing around 500 kilograms, its compact build allows it to navigate the rugged, often dry landscape, where water and food can be scarce. Despite the harsh environment, the West African buffalo thrives, making it one of the most resilient wild cattle species. What truly sets this buffalo apart is its heightened alertness. Having adapted to living in close proximity to human settlements, it has developed keen senses to avoid danger. It is often wary of approaching humans or predators, using its sharp instincts to stay one step ahead. This makes it particularly challenging to hunt, as the West African buffalo can detect threats from far away, quickly disappearing into the underbrush or retreating to safer areas. Living in small herds, they graze in open woodlands and savanna, relying on each other for protection. Despite its elusive nature, the West African buffalo plays a crucial role in the ecosystem, helping to maintain the balance of the habitats it inhabits. However, threats like habitat loss and hunting remain, making conservation efforts vital to preserving this tough, resourceful survivor of Africa's wild. 12. Central African buffalo Sincerus Kaffir equinoxialis, the adaptive fighter. The Central African buffalo is a unique hybrid subspecies that perfectly blends the traits of its Cape and West African relatives. Known for its remarkable adaptability, this buffalo thrives in a variety of environments, from the dense forests of Central Africa to the open savannas. With its muscular build and strong horns, it exhibits the resilience of the Cape buffalo, while also sharing the heightened alertness and agility of the West African buffalo. Standing as a bridge between these two powerful subspecies, the Central African buffalo showcases its ability to survive in diverse terrains, whether in the dense rainforests or more open landscapes. This buffalo can navigate and adapt to its surroundings with ease. Its stealthy nature and ability to detect potential threats before they strike make it a formidable presence. Though smaller in size compared to the Cape buffalo, the Central African buffalo's strength and resourcefulness make it a force to be reckoned with. It is highly social, living in cohesive herds that work together for protection and survival. The adaptive fighter excels in the wild by remaining unpredictable, proving that survival in Africa's harshest conditions requires strength, strategy, and a remarkable ability to adapt. However, like all African buffalo subspecies, the Central African buffalo faces challenges from habitat loss and poaching, making its conservation critical to preserving this resilient fighter. High altitude and mountainous wild cattle. These species have evolved unique traits to endure extreme temperatures and rugged landscapes. 13. Anoa bubulus depressicornis, the dwarf buffalo of Sulawesi. The Anoa, often called the dwarf buffalo, is the smallest wild cattle species in the world, standing out for its compact, stocky frame that resembles a large deer more than a traditional buffalo. Native exclusively to the Indonesian island of Sulawesi, this elusive creature thrives in the dense, mountainous forests of the region, where it grazes on grasses, shrubs, and forest vegetation. Despite its small size, the Anoa is incredibly resilient, perfectly adapted to its environment with powerful limbs and a sleek, dark coat that helps it blend into its surroundings. With its curved horns and low-set body, the Anoa moves silently through the forest, often foraging alone or in small groups. Unlike larger buffalo species, it doesn't form large herds but relies on its agility and stealth to evade predators and survive in its rugged habitat. However, the Anoa faces severe threats. Deforestation and illegal hunting have rapidly diminished its habitat, while human encroachment continues to pose a growing danger. Today, the Anoa is listed as vulnerable, with its population rapidly declining due to habitat loss and hunting pressure. Conservation efforts are crucial to ensuring that this unique and rare species doesn't disappear forever, as one of the most distinctive and endangered wild cattle. The anoa serves as a poignant reminder of the need to protect the delicate ecosystems of Southeast Asia's islands. 14. Takin, Budorcas taxicolor. The goat antelope of the Himalayas. The takin, often referred to as the goat antelope of the Himalayas, is a remarkable creature that blends the traits of both cattle and goats. While it is not a true member of the bovine family, the takin shares many characteristics with wild cattle, including its muscular build and herbivorous diet, found primarily in the rugged mountainous regions of Bhutan and China. This golden-coated beast is perfectly adapted to life in the steep, rocky slopes of the Himalayas. With its stout, powerful legs and broad, sturdy body, the takin is an expert at navigating the treacherous terrain. Its dense, shaggy coat, which ranges in color from golden to dark brown, helps it withstand the harsh winters at high altitudes. Though its face may resemble that of a goat, its body structure and habits closely mirror those of wild bovines. Despite its strength and ability to thrive in these high-altitude environments, the takin is not without threats. Habitat loss due to human encroachment, as well as hunting pressures, have put the takin's population at risk. Conservation efforts are underway to protect this extraordinary species, which plays a vital role in maintaining the ecological balance of the Himalayan ecosystems. As one of the most unique creatures of the high mountains, the takin's survival depends on continued protection of its natural habitat, island, and rare wild cattle. Some wild cattle species are restricted to isolated habitats, making them particularly vulnerable. 15. Tamaraw bubulus mindorensis. The pride of the Philippines. The tamaraw is a unique and critically endangered dwarf buffalo, native only to Mindoro Island in the Philippines. Smaller than its larger bovine cousins, the tamaraw stands out with its compact size, stocky build, and distinctive, dark brown coat. It is the pride of the Philippines, symbolizing the country's rich biodiversity, but it is now facing the very real threat of extinction. With fewer than 600 individuals left in the wild, the tamaraw is one of the rarest mammals on Earth, making its survival even more urgent. Adapted to the rugged, hilly terrain of Mindoro, the tamaraw thrives in tropical forests, grazing on grasses and other vegetation found in its limited habitat. Despite its resilience, the tamaraw has suffered from habitat loss, hunting, and competition with domestic livestock, all of which have contributed to its dwindling population. Today, conservation efforts are critical to preventing the tamaraw from disappearing forever. Programs aimed at protecting its habitat and reducing human-wildlife conflict are underway, but much more needs to be done to ensure the survival of this proud and elusive creature. As one of the Philippines' most iconic species, the tamaraw represents the urgent need for continued conservation to protect the island's unique wildlife. 16. Lowland anoa bubulus corlesi. The elusive swamp buffalo. The lowland anoa, a close relative of the mountain anoa, is a highly elusive wild buffalo that thrives in the swampy regions of Indonesia. Smaller and more compact than its larger bovine relatives, this shy and solitary creature is known for its dark, sleek coat and short, curved horns. Inhabiting the dense, waterlogged forests and swamps of Sulawesi, the lowland anoa is perfectly adapted to its wetland habitat, where it feeds on grasses, aquatic plants, and shrubs. Despite its relatively limited range, the lowland anoa remains one of the least studied wild cattle species, largely due to its reclusive nature and the inaccessibility of its swampy environment. These factors make it difficult to observe in the wild, contributing to the anoa's air of mystery. The lowland anoa's elusive habits have made it a rarity in wildlife research, and much of its behavior, diet, and social structure remain unknown. Unfortunately, habitat loss, deforestation, and human encroachment continue to pose significant threats to the lowland anoa's survival. As with many rare species, the destruction of its swampy habitat due to logging and agricultural expansion has significantly reduced its population, with few conservation efforts focused on this remote species. The lowland anoa is at risk of becoming even more endangered unless action is taken. To protect its unique wetland habitat. 17. Highland wild cattle Bos domesticus hybridus, the hardy hybrid, in the harsh, remote regions of Mongolia and Tibet. A unique breed of hybrid wild cattle roams the rugged highlands. These hybrid animals are a remarkable blend of domesticated cattle and their wild ancestors, exhibiting a combination of traits from both lineages, known for their resilience and ability to survive in the extreme conditions of the high-altitude plateaus. These cattle are perfectly adapted to the cold, windswept landscapes they call home. With their thick, shaggy coats and sturdy, muscular bodies, the Highland wild cattle have inherited the tough characteristics of their wild ancestors, enabling them to endure freezing temperatures and scarce food sources. Unlike domesticated cattle, these hybrids display a level of wild instinct and independence, capable of surviving without human intervention in some of the most inhospitable environments on Earth. Their hybrid nature allows them to thrive in the toughest climates, where domesticated cattle might struggle to survive. The hardy hybrid is an essential part of the ecosystem in these regions, helping to maintain the balance of local wildlife. However, the presence of these hybrids also highlights the ongoing interactions between wild and domesticated animals in remote areas, as the line between wild and domesticated cattle continues to blur. These Highland wild cattle are a living testament to the adaptability and strength of their wild ancestry, surviving against the odds in some of the most challenging environments on the planet. 18. Bornean Banteng Bos javanicus loei, the hidden jewel of Borneo. The Bornean Banteng, a rare subspecies of the Banteng, is a hidden jewel of Borneo, distinguished by its darker coat and more compact frame compared to its mainland relatives. Native to the dense rainforests of Borneo, this wild cattle species thrives in the island's rugged and remote terrains, where it roams in small herds. With its strong, muscular body and short, sleek coat, the Bornean Banteng is well adapted to the humid, tropical environment, foraging for grasses, shrubs, and fruits that thrive in the lush jungle. However, the Bornean Banteng faces a growing threat due to deforestation, as vast areas of forest are cleared for agriculture, palm oil plantations, and logging. The Banteng's natural habitat is rapidly disappearing. Habitat destruction not only limits the space where these animals can roam, but also isolates them, decreasing genetic diversity and increasing their vulnerability to extinction. Despite its resilience, the Bornean Banteng is now considered at high risk of extinction, with the population continuing to dwindle as deforestation spreads across Borneo. The species has already been significantly impacted by habitat loss, and without immediate and sustained conservation efforts, it may disappear from the wild entirely. Protecting the rainforest habitat of the Bornean Banteng is crucial to preserving this rare subspecies, which, like many of Borneo's endemic species, represents the island's rich but rapidly fading natural heritage. Conclusion: preserving the giants of the wild cattle are more than just powerful animals. They are keystones of their ecosystems and living links to prehistoric times. However, habitat destruction, poaching, and hybridization with domestic cattle threaten their existence. Conservation efforts, including habitat protection, anti-poaching measures, and breeding programs, are essential to ensuring that these magnificent creatures continue to roam the wild. By protecting them, we preserve not only their legacy but also the delicate balance of nature itself.